What's the most embarrassing thing your kid said in front of strangers? My 4-year-old decided to give the entire pediatrician's waiting room a biology lesson that still haunts me. We were sitting there for my son's routine checkup when this pregnant woman walked in. She was probably 8 months along, and my son Tommy immediately zeroed in on her belly like a heat-seeking missile. "Mommy, why is that lady so fat?" he asked loudly enough for the entire waiting room to hear. I tried shushing him, but he was just getting started. The pregnant woman smiled politely and sat down across from us. That's when Tommy decided to become Dr. Tommy, child educator extraordinaire. "Oh wait, I know," he announced, standing up on his chair like he was giving a TED talk. "She has a baby in her tummy. I thought maybe we could recover from this." The woman was actually smiling, probably thinking it was cute. But then Tommy kept going. "Babies come from when mommies and daddies wrestle in bed," he declared with the confidence of a medical professor. "Daddy told me when I asked where babies come from." Dead silence. Every single person in that waiting room turned to stare at us. The receptionist stopped typing. Even the fish in the aquarium seemed to pause mid-swim. I felt my face burning so hot I probably could have cooked an egg on my forehead. My husband's brilliant idea to use wrestling as a euphemism was backfiring spectacularly. I wanted to crawl under the plastic play table and never come out, but Tommy wasn't done. He looked directly at the pregnant woman and said, "So you and your husband must wrestle a lot because that baby looks really big." The woman's face went bright red. An elderly man started coughing violently. A mother with twin toddlers gathered her kids and moved to the other side of the room like we were contagious. Then Tommy decided to offer some helpful parenting advice. "My daddy says wrestling makes babies, but it also makes mommy really grumpy the next morning," he added cheerfully. "Are you grumpy too?" At this point, I was seriously considering changing our names and moving to another state. The pregnant woman looked like she was trying not to laugh, which somehow made it worse. A teenage girl in the corner was recording everything on her phone. Great. My son's biology seminar was probably going viral on TikTok by dinner time. "Tommy, please sit down," I whispered desperately, trying to pull him back onto his chair. "But mommy, I'm helping. Daddy said I should always help people understand things." He turned back to his captive audience with renewed enthusiasm. "Sometimes they wrestle for a really long time because daddy has to take breaks for his back. And sometimes mommy makes those weird noises like when she stubs her toe." I literally put my hand over his mouth at that point. The damage was done, but I couldn't let him share any more intimate details about our household. Through my fingers, he was still trying to talk. The worst part was watching other parents exchange those knowing looks. Half sympathy, half thank God it's not my kid. One dad actually gave me a thumbs up like Tommy had just scored a touchdown. Another mother was covering her own child's ears while fighting back laughter. An older woman leaned over and whispered, "Honey, we've all been there." My daughter once announced at church that daddy had a hairy butt like a monkey. I grabbed Tommy and practically sprinted to the bathroom, mumbling apologies to everyone we passed. When we came back out, half the waiting room had mysteriously found reasons to reschedule their appointments. The worst part? When the nurse finally called us back, she could barely keep a straight face. "So," she said, "Tommy seems very informed about human biology. Even the pediatrician brought it up during the exam. Apparently word travels fast in medical offices."